This week on IFBBAMA Podcast.
When I trained, I never made a noise. So I'm doing the Hulk stuff, and this producer comes up and goes, Stop. Now, Lee, you got to be the Hulk. So when you're doing it, I want you to yell. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. So I'm doing it now. I'm running, and I'm like, yeah. And the guy's like, oh, that's it, Lee. You're the Hulk.
On this episode of AMA Podcast with Chris and Milos, we had RealLeePriest back on. What do we want to call this podcast? I don't even know, because so many topics were covered. It's more like movie reviews with Milos and Lee and everything else that does not pertain to bodybuilding. There's only one bodybuilding story, but a good banter, good stories. Guys, check it out. Very entertaining. And I obviously learned a lot about movies now too, because there's quite a few movies and TV shows that I need to see. You got to watch, check it out. We are live with RealLeePriest, all the way from Australia. What's going on?
No, I thought you put me in timeout because I was late. I'm thinking, I'm sitting in the lobby and I'm waiting. I thought, let me just check this, because I had the phone this way. So when I turned it that way, I could see the join. I'm like, oh shit, I better push that.
Yeah, we've been chatting for like 10 minutes, waiting for you. Like,
and I've been sitting here thinking, maybe they're deep in combat. They don't want to bring me in yet. So I'm just sitting here looking at YouTube. I see Milos is doing one with Rami. Rami shouldn't retire. I'm looking at all this thinking, man, I'm in trouble. They're not bringing me in.
Good. It's good that you made yourself available, but Chris has something to do, so we are limited on time, I guess.
Yeah, I had a business meeting at this time, and I moved it an hour later. So we'll be good for another.
What's a business meeting? I've never had a business meeting. What do they encumber when you have a business meeting?
This is it's like a business proposal. It's like a business proposal. So I'm hearing the presentation of the individual, if this investment is worth, what it's going to be invested in.
I was getting my car service, making old people cry, because when I was there, I love talking to old people because they remind me of my grandfather. So I was talking to this guy. He was 78. He lost his wife. His kidneys are going on, so he might have to start dialysis. Then I was discussing bodybuilding. He's real interested. He's like, oh, and he gives me that later on. You're nothing like you look like. He goes, I guess a lot of people must get scared with their tattoos and that. So we talked for a whole hour. His car comes due, and my friend Craig's like, hey, car's ready. He's like, oh, I hope I can afford it. So I just walked over and said, Craig, here's my card. Let me pay for it for him. So I paid for it. Then he just breaks down crying. No one's ever done that for me before, and this and that. Like, it's okay, and that sort of thing. Then I start crying. Then another old guy there starts crying.
So
maybe I should have saw his bill before I offered to pay for it. It's like $320. It was too late. Once I said I'll pay for it, I went, oh, I could just pay for it.
Hey.
So Lee, you're getting the oil change in the new car?
No, in Dodge Nitro, because I'm going to drive it to Sydney. And when I got to go to the airport, I always figure the worst. I'm going to go to the airport, the car will break down, there could be an accident. So I'm going to Sydney the day before so I can just stay at a hotel near the airport. So I figure I'll get the oil change, because then Thursday is when I leave for New Jersey. So,
are you a 5,000-mile oil change guy or a 10,000-mile oil change guy?
I normally, you don't always give you the date or the kilometres.
Yeah.
I always go about probably sometimes 5,000. All depends. It's like it's like having a new blood in the system and stuff and new filters. So I like to keep it updated.
I do the same thing, and I always do synthetic. Always synthetic.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we always, us bodybuilders, like the synthetic oils.
As I had in my Mercedes, but there was one time I hated that sticker, right?
Oh, yeah.
They put your next, like, I hate it. So just to rip it off. And then I completely forgot, right? And it was like, 12,000 miles later. Like, oops.
Oh, no, 12,000
Oh,
miles.
no. Yeah. Sorry about that. But Lee, Chris was just telling me about you flying to New Jersey, and then he asked me if I ever been to Australia. I say, yeah. He said, how was the flight? Flights are quite brutal. And then I asked him, did you hear my story about my flight from Sean Ray's camp back from Australia into the U.S.? So he says he haven't heard it. Save it for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear it?
No.
Okay, so we were in Tony Doherty's gym
Mm-hmm.
for Sean Ray a training camp. And it was like Luke Wood was there. There was a bunch of us. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, at the end, we were in Melbourne, ready to go, and for whatever reason, I was already retired. But in Muscle Mag, Australia, I was on the cover, and this gentleman came to me at the airport, and he goes, "Oh, Milos, my son John, I remember the name, is a big fan of yours. Can you sign this magazine?" So of course, I'm signing, and then. I had it with me in a bag, my DVD and some 8x10s. She said, "Hey, hold on a second." And my DVD was three DVD sets, so I was signing all of those three CDs and all this stuff. And I'm giving him, and he opened the wallet, and he says, like, how much I owe you? I said, "Oh, no, this is a gift for John, please, send my best," and all that stuff. And that was it. And Sean Ray, and you should just picture his face. His,
You're giving it away for free? What?
that's exactly. He goes, "Are you fucking stupid?" I said, "What do you mean?" Guy had the wallet in his hands. It's a free lunch. And I was like, for the love of God, at that's the time when Sean came with this born again Christian and all that stuff. I said, "You're born again Christian?
Oh, is he?
Have you ever heard, giving and you should be receiving and all
I
this?"
never charge kids. If a young kid come to me at Expo or anywhere, I never charge them. I always
No,
go,
wait. There's a punch at the end. You got to listen to this. And he was all, "Oh yeah." So next thing they're calling my name, and Qantas, like, oh shit, that was Qantas back in the day. I say, "Oh man, what the fuck?" So I go there. The guy was working for Qantas, and
Uh-huh.
he upgraded me to the business class.
See? Nice. See?
Uh,
Sean,
so,
was
so
Sean back,
the
Sean back in
difference,
coach?
right? And I was there at the business, of course, waiting for Sean to pass
Yeah.
by me. Oh, here it is, a free lunch. How about a drink? You
Uh-huh.
know. So yeah, this is just like perfect example in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you did today with this guy, is going to come back to you for sure.
But
So wait,
I
wait, wait.
always try and do things like that when I see elderly people. Because, like I said, I always gravitate towards elderly people because of Joe Gold, my grandfather, and stuff like that. And when you talk to them, they have so many wonderful stories about their life and stuff like that. I just like
Yeah.
talking to him. And then cause when he tells me about his wife and he gets lonely, he doesn't talk to many people. He has grandkids and that. He goes, "I talk to my grandkids now, and even when I'm out, I like to talk to kids and their things. But it's like in this day and age, it's like being an old man now. They look at me like I'm a pervert and stuff." He goes, "Society today." So we're having this big discussion and that. So I figured it's the least I can do. He goes to one of those man sheds twice a week, where they have a man shed and they go down and just build wooden stuff and sell them that to the public. So I forgot to get his number, but I know where the man shed is, so I might go down and see him one day, get his number, and take him out for coffee and stuff.
Before I comment on that, did you say that Sean is a born again Christian?
Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't know about that?
I did not know about that. That's
Oh
something
yeah.
that
I mean, that
back in
was
the
the whole
day.
thing. That was the whole thing that he was just like saying it in every interview and all that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
when this happened, I was just like, come on, who reacts like this? If it was, hey, free lunch, are you fucking stupid? And that was perfect opportunity
Sure.
for me to say, aren't you like born again? Should you be
Mm-hmm.
giving by nature?
But speaking of older people, and this is something that because I don't have children. I don't plan on having children. Neither does my wife. And we talk about getting older and like, I know we have technology now and you're able to connect with other people. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the same thing, Lee. When I see older people, like, I'm always thinking to myself, man, like, are they like super lonely? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because think about it, and you get older, you don't have as many friends. Friends move away, people pass
Mm-hmm.
away, etc. And there was a guy at my gym, 83 years old, goes to the gym every day for 2 hours. His name's Arnold, coincidentally. And I went up to him one day, and we always talk with him. But the first time I talked to him, I go, "I have a question for you." I go, "How old are you?" I goes, "Someone's saying that you're like 80." He goes, "No, I'm 83." And I'm like, "Dude, you're here every day for like 2 hours." And I go, "That's incredible." I go, I hope to be like that." And he said to me, he goes, "It's wonderful, but you know what? At my age, you have to keep going. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't keep going," he goes, "you don't make it." And he goes, it is nice to have my health and where I am. He goes, but I pretty much have outlived all my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I was like, shit. So like some of him going to the gym all the time is all us joking with him and having that social interaction. Yeah. But I think a lot of people forget that, you know, it's like being 80 years old, like you're going to outlive most of everybody you've known. And it's not like you're going to be out partying at the bars or the club, you know?
Well, they had this person on TV the other day. There was this lady, she was 101. And pretty much she was saying the same thing. All her friends had died. Even some of her children had passed away who were like in their 70s and stuff like that. And
terrible.
It's like some of her great-grandchildren are still around looking after her. But she was saying the same thing, that nearly everyone around her husband, her children, and then even some of her grandchildren had passed away because she's pretty much outliving them all type thing. And yeah, and that's what this guy was saying. He doesn't have many friends anymore since his wife's gone. And then he was saying he did talk about, I don't know if he was in the military, because he did talk about, because I was talking about skydiving, because I was telling him about what I've done and bodybuilding and car racing. He's like, have you ever bungee jumped? He goes, I remember when I parachuted once, and he's talking about the army where they just hook you on and push you out the plane. So, because he did mention PSTD, whatever it was, he goes, but that's a whole other story again. So I think he's got more stories of being in the wars back in the day. So,
did you go to try that bungee jumping? I hope not.
Never have. It's like I would not do it. I think it's like my friend does parachuting and wants me to go. It's like I said, I think it's more in my mind. I think about it too much. Once I've did, I'll probably be like, let me do it again. Let me do it again. It's just that first initial.
I'm selling a parachute. Is brand new. You used one and never opened.
Perfect.
Let me tell you my experience with this. So I've done both. And I've bungee jumped at least 11 times, and all at the same place. And I enjoyed bungee jumping 10 times more. And the reason why is because your perception of speed is there because you can see the ground. And you're jumping out of an airplane, you have no perception of speed. And it's actually way more uncomfortable. You know, you got your gear on, you're tandem, you get to the edge of the plane. The guy tells you to lift your legs up. You're hanging outside the plane. He's holding on to the.
Did you have a video where your mouth's going?
Yeah. And he goes, jump, put your arms up, and like you're like, and I can't really pay attention to what's going on. And then the chute goes, and then it's a long way down, but it wasn't nearly as exciting as bungee jumping was.
I'm always scared I'd break my leg. Like when you go to land, they just had a woman on TV today for her 100th birthday. She just done it. I think she's done it every year since she's been 90.
Really?
Yeah. And she just did it again today. I'm thinking, well, if she can do it, it can't be that bad. But I'm thinking, it's that landing. If you put your foot down, your ankle goes snap.
Yeah. That you put your legs way up.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee, when you were saying about parachuting and flipping the lips, I thought you saw that naked video, the nudist when they are jumping from the airplane.
I wouldn't want to do that naked because it's pretty cold up there.
But Chris, I mean, did you ever watch this like accidents and the bungee jumping deaths?
I always watch them.
Yeah, we do.
Well, listen, the bungee jumping I went to was off of a crane. It's off of a tall crane.
Did you see the deaths off the crane?
Right, but below the crane, so that you go to the top of the crane, you climb up in a ladder, and then there's a long plank, and then you jump off. But on the bottom, there's a huge one of those air things that stunt guys fall on. Because for liability, they have to have that, and you can go different ways. So the harness attaches like a mountain climber harness around your waist, but you can attach it where it's behind your neck, so you can jump off, and the bungee's here. Or you can
say if it wraps around your neck, and you go.
Yeah.
You've seen that one, huh? Yeah. When the guy bounces it off, and they went straight around and snapped his neck.
It was awesome. The best part of bungee jumping is not the initial fall. It's the fall, and you feel the bungee go slow you down, and then you go boom, shooting back up again. That's the best feeling.
I've been on one of those things that you sit on. Have you been on one of those things you sit on and it pulls you down, and then it lets you go, and then it starts spinning? Oh, that's Milos. You're in Vegas. I must see. I follow that Vegas thing on Instagram.
What is it?
Have you seen that sphere in person? It looks incredible. The
No, I
sphere, the big.
didn't. They asked me. They asked me yesterday. I was passing close by, and I was thinking, like, let me go see it, but I didn't. When you come to Vegas, we
It look.
go, see it
I'm going to come to
together.
Vegas in March, but it looks incredible the way they light it up outside.
What sphere?
Yeah,
Look it up,
yeah.
and then they have the movie screen inside. It's the biggest screen in the world, and it goes like over your head and everything. This big screen. The sphere is like I don't know why it hasn't caused so many accidents because you look at this thing, it looks like an alien ship in the middle of the thing, and they can put anything on it and it changes colours. They put a big eye on it. You haven't seen it? Have a look at it when it's at night time. It's incredible.
Yeah, maybe I
Isn't
do.
isn't the F1 coming there November? Isn't it the F1 racing?
Yeah. You know what? When I was in Melbourne, there was
Are you there for the
the
F1? Yeah,
number.
at the same time as the contest.
Yeah, and actually having a breakfast, there was some major guy from Formula One, right? And I was there with my ex, and of course my ex was flirting behind my back, and right away, like we had tickets for the yesterday. Hell no, to go there and have my
This thing?
ears attacked.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Look at it. Look at that. I was there. I was there at the Olympia when I was there. They were just building it. It looked like the Death Star from Star Wars in the middle of the. You should see when it's lit up. The patterns they could look at that. That's incredible. That's on the outside.
So
Look at
all
that.
the events go on inside?
Yeah, yeah. Inside's the biggest. They got a stage. Is there a thing that you can look at the screen inside? You should see this movie screen inside. But I'm thinking, if you're driving around Vegas, I'd have an accident just watching that thing.
yeah.
Milos, have you driven by this?
No, I didn't. I feel guilty. Yesterday, my wife told me, "Let's go." I said, I'm an old man, I guess.
Imagine having the Olympia inside that thing where you've got the big screen and the stage and put the bodybuilders on the outside.
It's 580,000 square feet of LEDs.
Yeah.
There you go.
When you see the movie theater inside, the screen's just incredible. It's like the biggest one ever. If you sit there, you probably get a
All
sore
right.
neck because the screen goes up like this.
I'm going this week. I'm going.
Oh, if you want to
Yeah.
watch a good TV show, I just started watching The Continental. Have you watched it?
No?
No, but
It's from John Wick, but this goes back to, Winston, the guy that runs the hotel.
Yeah?
This goes
oh
back
yeah,
to when he's young and they bring him to New York, and he's got to find his
Wait,
brother
wait, wait,
because
wait,
he's
wait, wait. Continental is what?
the name of the
TV
hotel. That
series?
hotel.
that was the hotel in
Yeah, the
John
John
Wick.
Continental.
Wick where he went to.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
called the
But,
Continental. It's on Amazon Prime, I think, but it's a great. So I think there's like 4 episodes. They go for like an hour 20 each.
and when was taped? Long ago or recently?
Just came on like 2 weeks ago. Just started.
All right. I love John Wick, of course.
Yeah, and he's got the Mustang in there. The younger guy drives the Mustang, and he's like,
That
"Don't
guy
damage
passed
it."
away, didn't he? Didn't that black guy pass away?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's a younger version of him in the show, like a younger version. So it's
Ah,
all of them when they're younger. Mel Gibson plays the main bad guy in it at the moment, who's running the hotel.
no shit. Mel
Yeah,
Gibson's back acting, huh?
yeah,
I've seen him at the UFC, and he was super cool. You
yeah.
know, I
He,
approached him and I said, "Okay, man, I know that there's too many fans, but would you mind taking pictures?" So right away he was, "Where are you from?" I say, "Serbia." Oh, Djokovic, So at least he knew, right? And
did you say, do you know RealLeePriest? He goes, who the fuck's that?
yeah, but he was, people person. I mean, there was all the fighters,
There's actually a
Volkanovski,
good, there's a really good
Charles.
movie he's in with, did you see that movie Boss Level? He plays the bad guy.
No, but
Frank Grillo's in it.
I heard what is his daily salary. Can you imagine?
It's probably a couple of million, is it?
What, Mel Gibson's
Uh-huh.
daily salary?
Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, well, you are in Australia, so Australian dollar is a little bit weaker. Yeah, 1 million American.
That'd be almost 1.6 million Australian.
What? No, it would be
Mel Gibson's
If,
net
1.6.
if it's a
Mel
million
Gibson's net
American,
worth. Go ahead, Lee.
if it's a million American, it'd be like 1.6 Australian because the American dollar's more here.
Yeah, but you know what? Back in the day, I was charging a certain amount in American dollars. And then I was in Australia, and the Australian dollar was the same, and even like few pennies over. So it's like, "Oh, okay, so you can pay me in Australian." That was actually better. At that time, I had a bunch of Australians, right? And then a year later, it was like, no, I'm not charging in Australian. I'm charging in
No,
American.
I know, because by
Yeah,
the time you convert it to go back home, you lose half.
yeah. It's like, oh no.
Boss Level's a great show. If you want a good action movie, it's a good show. Boss Level.
Lee, his
I'm
net
writing.
worth is 425 million, and the biggest
Oh,
grossing salary per any
that's only
movie he's
25
made.
million more than me.
His highest film salary was 25 million from Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, that was a good show, wasn't it? I like that one. I thought he would have got paid pretty good for Braveheart. Braveheart was good, and The Patriot, they were good shows, weren't they?
Those are great.
You know what's a really good show that just came out, Lee? Is Gen V. It's
I
like
saw it.
like
That's like from The Boys, isn't it? From The Boys
oh, it's
series.
great. It's freaking awesome.
Looks like there's lots of gore and blood in it, so it looks good when they...
It's the same sort of persona, just with kids.
I might have to go and get another suit. I've already got Homelander's suit and the Superman suit. Am I going to have to get another costume?
100%. Dude, how's the car? How's the new car?
Very good. Very good. The 68 Camaro, very good. Very good.
Any speeding tickets yet?
No, I went out the other day to a car show on the freeway. My friend's in a new Mustang. Blew him away, but I looked down. I'm doing 170. I'm thinking, fuck. Because on the weekend, it's double demerit. So if you get caught, you lose double the points and the fines doubled. So I ran the gambit of doing 160, 170, but it was good. The only thing is it's a 4-speed, 454 big block motor. And when you're really on it, you think, fuck, I just need another fifth gear somewhere here.
Hey, you have a car older than you?
Yes, Milos. It's called a T-model Ford.
160 kilometers per hour, right?
I'm in a buggy with a horse, Milos, and I'm whipping it down the road like the Amish.
Lee, 160 kilometers per hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, so about 100 miles per hour. Are they really strict in Australia? Like if you get caught going 100, they can arrest you?
Yeah, if you go, say the speed limit's 100, if you're doing like say even 40, 50 over, they can take your car if they want.
Like right there on the spot?
Yep. See you later. You're walking home. But here we too, we've got the cameras like you have in America. And I was listening to a podcast, I can't know who I was talking about. We've got them too where they normally have them for trucks, but they're starting to do it for cars now, the point-to-point camera. So if you're on the highway, you go through a camera here and say the speed limit's 100 kilometers. If you go through the camera 10 kilometers down the road, they can judge your speed. So if you got to the second camera too quick, they can average your speed out and know if you were speeding. That's all bullshit.
Hey, I had to rent a car in Europe. I was going through Hungary, Austria, Italy, Slovenia, Croatia, all this stuff. And of course, I had a rent a car, so I could care less. And I was like speeding everywhere, just like you see the flashlight light. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that to my mate Aaron when we drove from UK. We went through the tunnel over to Paris and France, and we drove from there all the way to Spain. And I'm in his car, the McLaren, and when I get back to Australia, he's like, calls me up, I got fucking 50 tickets here. How many cameras did you go through? I said, well, you're asleep, so I'm just on it. I'm speeding. I'm seeing flashes going
50
off.
50 tickets, they all get mailed to him?
Yeah. Because I was going down from Paris all the way to Spain. I'm just on this thing. I'm thinking, well, he's got UK plates. Yeah, he's going to pay. The only problem was, though, when we got to the toll booths, because the wheel's on the wrong side, I had to get out the car and go around and pay the toll because you're on the wrong side.
There you are. I watched Schumacher last night on Netflix. Did you guys watch it?
Which one?
Marcus Schumacher. You know,
I haven't seen that one now.
Yeah, you should, because I know that you're into speed and
Yeah,
races
yeah.
and this.
It's like a documentary, is it? Like a whole documentary on him?
It's kind of documentary, yeah.
How is he now? Because you never hear much. He's still pretty much messed up, isn't he, I think? Or
Yeah. But it's good to see. I mean, Jesus Christ, what a mindset.
I know his son got into it for a bit. His son got into the racing there for a little bit, but
You say what?
I think his son got into Formula One for a little bit. His son was
I
racing.
don't know. He was interviewed. I hope not, man. I hope not. You know,
I watched what's its name on Netflix the other day. That show called Reptiles, pretty good with Benicio del Toro.
What is that about?
It's hard to explain. It's about a murder. Justin Timberlake's in. It's one of those shows where you think that's the guy that did it. Nope, that's the guy that did it. Nope, and then it all comes to play at the end. It's a pretty good movie.
I like those movies.
All right.
You said Justin Timberlake's in that?
Yeah, yeah.
No shit.
Tonight.
It's called Reptile. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's got a lot of actors in it. But Benicio del Toro is the main detective in it, trying to find out who murdered this woman. And
okay, so like,
welcome to the IFBBAMA movie and TV review show.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Well, dude, it's so hard to find good movies.
First two killers, suspects are not. So, okay, I'm going to watch it and I'm going to eliminate my first two suspects. It's going to be the third one.
Normally, when you think it's too obvious, you're like, "That's too obvious. Can't be that one."
Yeah,
So like,
can't do that one.
It's got some decent ratings.
it's
got
pretty good. It's
Del
pretty good.
Toro, Alicia Silverstone's in it, Justin Timberlake, Mike Pitt, Sky Ferreira, Matilda Ann Ingrid Lutz.
Yeah, you know them when you see them. A lot of those actors you've seen from detective shows. And
What's the best movie both of you guys have seen in the last couple months?
This year, I know John Wick 4 was pretty good.
John Wick 4, yeah, for sure. But
still haven't seen that one yet, but I heard it's really good.
Yeah,
which one?
Sound of Freedom.
I watched it, of course. I watched it. I watch all the shows because I have that pass, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm a cheap guy, so I pay like monthly, and then I go to all the movies.
When I went racing once with John Snyder, because John was a good friend of mine, would go racing in the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard and stuff. Yeah. Jim Caviezel was a good friend of John's, and one of the races we went to, he came to the race with us. That was just after he did Passion of the Christ. Really, really nice guy, really humble, really, really down to earth guy.
You seem that way. So, Equalizer 3, yeah, that's the movie. I love it.
Still haven't seen that one yet.
How good was the first Equalizer?
Yeah, did you watch all three?
I haven't seen the third one yet.
Me neither.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, go see it tonight, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The preview. I like the preview where he's just sitting there with the Russians or whoever they are. He's like, or the mafia is like, "Well, this isn't going to end well." He always does that timing thing. He looks at his watch and he's like,
Denzel Washington is the king.
When you first rented Equalizer, was your expectations kind of like,
No, I mean, I love the guy anyway, so I had high hopes and he delivered. When you love somebody, right? Maybe you kind of over exaggerate and say, "Oh, that's the greatest movie I've ever seen."
Well, it's like I'm not gonna lie. The movie
Training Day.
No, Training Day. That was okay.
Deja Vu.
Equalizer and John Wick were both movies that I rented at Redbox, thinking that just a movie to watch. It'll probably be decent. Walking away, really surprised how good both movies were. Like I couldn't believe it. I'm like, John Wick. John Wick became popular after the fact.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember, like, John Wick 4 was so cool, like, that scene towards the end where he's got to go up the stairs, and I don't know how many people he's fighting going up the stairs, and then he gets to the top, then that guy kicks him back down again, then he's got to start again. Yeah, but you really like the Continental because it's sort of how it all started with the hotel and stuff and everything like that. So
it's on Netflix, right?
Here in Australia, it's on Amazon Prime. The Continental.
Yeah, I have that too. So all right, I'm watching for sure. Yeah.
But Winston's like this young British actor. They got like the younger guy playing the black guy there and stuff. And
Lee, did you ever have any movie offers?
I did like that body work for the Hulk movie, that first Hulk movie.
Yeah, that was your body. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I went up to George Lucas's studio for that. That was the best thing ever because up to ILM and that and George Lucas's thing, you walk into the office, right? There's like you walk in the door and there's like these big glass cases. And this glass case would have been probably 12 foot by 12 foot. And they got the Millennium Falcon inside this glass case. You got like a Darth Vader here behind the case and all the Stormtrooper stuff and a Hook from the movie Hook. And then we went out to this big sound stage out the back where they had like 15 cameras around me. And they're like, whatever the Hulk did in the movie, the running, the jumping, smashing stuff together, where he puts the girl on the roof of the car to pick up a piece of wood. But the funniest thing ever is, like, I quit karate because I hated doing the hoo-yah, hoo-yah. Like, I hated yelling. Like, when I trained, I never made a noise. So I'm doing the Hulk stuff, and this producer comes up and goes, stop. Now, Lee. Think the Hulk. You got to be the Hulk. So when you're doing it, I want you to yell. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. So I'm doing it now. I'm running, and I'm like, yeah. And the guy's like, oh, that's it, Lee. You're the Hulk.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't stop laughing. He's like, that's it, you're the Hulk.
I wish there are some behind the scenes cameras for that.
Well, I just did that TV show. I just finished that TV show here now. It comes on TV here on 7, mate, October 26th. I put the preview on my Instagram for it, where it's like, it says, they're doing an interview with the councilman. They go, and is it true you hired violent criminals as parking officers? And then you see me give a ticket to a guy. He's like, hey, man, I'm like, why don't you fuck off, pussy, and stuff like that. So I play a parking cop with another guy. We're just giving tickets to people. We're pushing cars into the handicapped spots and giving them bigger tickets. So, and then we have meetings in the lunchroom, where diversity meetings, because the guy on the council wants to be a woman. Then the next day he wants to be a furry. So it's one of those comedy shows that's going to offend everybody. So.
But by the way, I've been really promoting this. Oh, Superman or Hulk, right? For bodybuilding. Hashtag bodybuilding. Be a Superman, don't be Hulk. And I completely forgot that Hulk body is LeePriest.
But I do prefer Superman. Did you see that? I'm just waiting for it now, but I got this. Look at this here. Look, this is perfect. I can stop training because I got my new suit.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Comes with the muscles. I never have to fucking train again. Look.
That's what a lot of
look at them biceps. Look at the biceps and forearms already in
it. Lee, where's this advertisement?
On my page there. It should be. It looks like a guy with a leaf blower. It starts off with the little commercial for it, and he's blowing the leaf blower up the girl's dress, and she see a G-string in there.
Chris is a high tech. He's gonna find it and put it on the screen. Wait.
Oh, I think I found it.
Oh, there you go.
It's just a quick preview.
Hey, Chris, you're high tech, but you're holding that microphone.
That's it. There it is.
You should have it stand.
That's it. Tonight's like a news show here.
Can you hear it or no?
Council is one of Australia's shonkiest local governments. The results of my investigations are shocking.
Our cameras found these bludgeoning council workers asleep for 3 hours. One worker was later spotted driving a ride-on mower while dangerously watching a football game on his mobile phone.
Ah, shit! That dog should have been on a leash! True or false? Your council employs violent ex-prisoners as parking officers.
Oh, hold on. I was just a minute over.
You got a fucking problem, pussy?
What the fuck you want? Shit! What the fuck you want?
The ratepayers can be assured that we are 100% legitimate, no dodgy business, no mucking around, squeaky clean.
Garrett Jones! 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 Hey!
That's great.
No. Yes. Wait till you see a lot of that show. It's going to offend everyone, that one.
And then I pulled this up because I wanted to review this.
They were the same people that I played in another TV show where I played the head of the white supremacist group.
And this is a TV show. You said there's 4 episodes, right?
Yep, a 3-part. Yeah. Here. Wait till you see Mel Gibson.
This looks real good.
That's Winston. Man. That guy.
All three are available now, or you have to wait like week after week? How
Well,
does it work?
there's 2 episodes already up, so there's only one more to go. So you can.
All right.
Mel Gibson just killed a
Continental.
guy last night on it, and he really took to him with a. I won't say how he killed him, but he was doing all these little one-liners while he's killing him. It was pretty funny, pretty graphic too. So it was pretty
So
good.
Lee, you're coming to the U.S., right?
Yes, on Thursday. Yep.
Thursday,
Come
you're gonna go.
to America today.
You're staying with Guy. You're gonna stay with Sister Nino and go hunting.
Well, I was meant to stay with Guy a couple of days and then my friend Jimmy, but at the moment they got me at the hotel because I was doing the seminar, but now they've squeezed in a couple of store appearances as well, and then some videos at the gym. So I'm going to try still get to see Guy. But then again, I can't spend too much time with Guy because he's got bad luck, and who knows what could happen if you hang out with Guy too long.
God. Now, do you organize all the appearances yourself? You have somebody else?
No,
help you organize
they
all that?
did for me. So
Oh,
look,
that's good.
I'm the type of person I don't. Like I remember Ed Connors would get mad at me when I lived in America because I had good contracts and that. Ed's like, Lee, you could be doing appearances every weekend like Jay Cutler. I said, yeah, but traveling every weekend stresses me out. I wouldn't be happy. So I'd rather get less money but have a better quality. A promoter would ring me up. Lee, are you busy on this date? I'll just go, wait a minute, let me check. And I'd hold the phone. Yeah, I'm busy that weekend. And I'll just stay home and watch the Daytona on TV or something, Just
So you're going to be
This is
in New
21
Jersey.
Please tell.
A poll on gym in Edison, New Jersey, 12 p.m. on the 7th. It's free to the public. There's going to be me, Branch, Warren, Guy, Sister Nino, a whole heap of, I think, ex-fighters and some current fighters are going to be there. Milos will like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's like a whole list. I put it on my Instagram page. There's like a whole list of everyone that's going to be there.
How long are you in the U.S. for?
From the 5th to the 12th.
And then stay in New Jersey the entire time, or are you traveling around?
Yeah, I'm just going to be there the entire time and then come back home. And then November I go to Italy because promoter in Italy putting on the RealLeePriest contest in Italy. And then I'll go to Spain after that. I got to be home for Halloween because Halloween's also my wedding anniversary. So
What are you going to be for Halloween?
I might be Superman.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Halloween is your wedding anniversary?
Yeah. She tricked me, Milos. She tricked me. She said, let's go dressed as a bride and groom. And I ended up getting married.
Oh, my God.
That's a good one.
You ready for this? Hey, Lexia. Do you know what Lexia is going to be for Halloween? This is terrible. She came in contact with somebody who legitimately does like real masks.
Oh, cool.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
Donald Trump. Oh, him.
She's going to have this lady legitimately construct a facial mask.
She
Like
is
you.
a makeup artist for movies, and she's going to
Oh,
plaster his face.
I love those,
on
Ma.
my face. I bought a muscle suit, a granny ass, New Balances.
A granny ass?
Yeah, you have
I don't have a grandma
A
ass.
muscle suit.
Is
as
it
big
a
as
life-size muscle suit or smaller?
Okay, so it's like I have it custom from like neck to toe, and it's like all bubbly. It's amazing.
Just get his face and wear
Chris,
one
you're
of
not
the
going to have
sumo
any costume, right? So Chris, you're going to be Chris, and she's going to be like your twin brother.
And you know what this wacko says to me? She goes, "Are you gonna have sex with me later?" I go, "No." You dressed as me? It's so weird.
I'll call you up, Chris, and I'll say, go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself.
Don't you think he should be me? I feel like
Hey,
he should
Chris,
try to be me.
you should
Yeah,
have
that's going to
sex.
be hard to pull it off,
Yeah.
you know.
You should
He
have.
has the boobs.
No, I think Chris should have sex with you with the mask on because then you know what she has to go through looking at you.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And that's be your angle.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Alexia, what you should do is when you got the mask on, go through all the cameras in the car, looking at the camera with his mask on.
Well, but is this like a Mission Impossible kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
Milos, she's going the whole nine. She's
Oh, yeah.
spending money.
Man,
make it,
you
like,
guys have to, have like 3 cameras taping from every angle.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got
serious.
blue contacts, but I don't know how to put them in yet.
She's
Go
got blue
shoplifting with it
contacts
on.
with her
Go
eyes blue.
shoplifting with the mask on. Go
You,
steal.
you got to do this, but listen, you can create so much content that's going to be hilarious.
But
I'm
the only
serious.
problem is If I dress up like a girl, it's just gonna be like normal society.
No. You be yourself, and like Alexa, be your twin brother, and then
Ready, guys?
Yeah, serious.
She mimics me. My one-liners. What time we leaving? What time we leaving?
And then you have to walk up behind her. You have to walk up behind the lecturer and go, boo. And she has to go,
All right, go start the meeting. Get out of here.
Did you just touch my dick? I think you just touched
That's
my
a
dick.
compliment. That's a compliment. She could be
I'm
anything
looking
for
forward to that.
Halloween, and she wants to be you.
See?
No, she wants to make a joke. Now she has a party being thrown.
You look at
and
it
at the
negatively,
bottom-
Chris. That's the negative
I
look
invited
at
a
it.
lot of people.
Lee, at the bottom of the invitation, it says the real reason everybody's showing up is because they want to see me dress up as Chris.
No, it's when Alexia comes with the mask on and everything, and then she's got the strap-on dildo coming forward.
Yeah.
She don't even give her ideas, Lee. Don't even give her ideas.
Don't worry, I think correctly.
Lee,
So.
you're gonna say, put this kind of strap on, and there's like, oh, blame it, this is actually Chris.
Life size. Life size.
Touch it. Touch it.
Nick message you.
I think there's going to be some funny videos made privately at home that night, Neil.
Dude, there's been getting multiple packages to the house. I'm like, what is that? She goes, you can't see it. It's part of your costume. I'm like, there's been like 5 packages coming to the house. She's like, oh, I'm going all out.
You should get her on like a phone call with one of your clients and see if they recognize it's not you. See if she gets on there.
Oh, it's so fucked.
I've always
Yeah,
figured
dude.
that if you're in makeup like that, I've always said, like those great makeup artists that can make those suits where you're fat, the face. I said,
Yeah.
I'd be robbing so many places. I'd put on a fat suit, the mask, go rob a place, get home, you rip it all off. There'll be, or even I've always said this: Halloween, call up the costume shops. What's your most costume? Batman. Okay, get a Batman costume and go hold up all the service stations. Yeah, I want to report a robbery. Who was it? Batman. So all the police are out. Fuck, there's Batman. There's Batman there. How would they find you? See, you got to think.
You got to think that's a lot of prep work. Putting all that mask and that latex on.
No,
for
just put on a
movies is
Batman
like
suit
6,
at
7
Halloween
hours.
time. Put on a Batman suit at Halloween and go rob places, because if they're out looking for Batman, there's probably 50 of them. How are they going to know?
There is a crazy guy in East Hartford, Connecticut, that would walk up and down the street in East Hartford, and he had legitimate Batman costume, and
I got one.
he would stay in character. He wouldn't break character. He'd walk up. He's mentally not right, obviously.
Yeah.
And he'd walk up and down the street in a full Batman costume.
I got
Listen,
one.
I had a guy come to my house for Halloween in a Mike Myers, 100%, and with machete, right? And just standing there and staring at it. It doesn't say nothing, right? I said, man, it's freaky. Just standing there, like, and then you close the door and look through the window, and he's still not moving. I'm gonna call police, Yeah, I freaked out, man. What the hell? It's just
Do you know the Mike Myers mask was actually a William Shatner mask turned inside out and spray painted is what they used.
yeah.
I still don't understand why that more crimes are not committed on Halloween.
That's what I said. Get dressed up and go out and just go have a fun
Don't
day.
give them the ideas. Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
But I
Like,
got
why?
a Batman suit that's all latex rubber, and when I wear it, I wore it to a party one day. I took the glove off, and just the amount of sweat that came out because I was sweating. But there's that RX video where I'm dressed as the Joker and Batman. I got the Batman mask on, doing the whole podcast with Dave. The thing is that when you put the hood on, you gotta talk like this, because this is how Batman talks. Your whole voice has to change. Like Christian Bale would be like, yes, but when he puts the Batman mask on, who do you think you are? Like, your whole voice had to change.
Cool, man. God damn.
I did the whole
that is
RX
good.
show talking like that. If you find it, if you Google RX Lee's Batman, you'll see the whole show where I'm talking like that.
Is that why RX got kicked off YouTube for a week?
No, that was Dave. That was Dave giving out the C information, the viral information. He mentioned that and got kicked off.
Oh, can't say virus.
Mentioned the jab and
Can't mention the jab. Can't even say it. Don't even say it.
It's funny, you can talk about steroids, injecting this and that, but you talk about the other one.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Everybody's watching.
Chris, what are you going to call this episode?
Movies with Milos and Lee.
This is movies with Milos and Lee and everything else. Extravaganza.
Everything else that's not bodybuilding. The Sphere.
Yeah.
Milos, if you go see the Sphere tonight, video it and send some pictures and shit. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do it tonight, but probably tomorrow. Yeah. Now you got me intrigued. I got to go see it.
I think it looks incredible. I just sit there watching it on my phone. I'm thinking that just looks incredible. It's like it looks like it's not real the way it just sits there.
Yeah.
Get high and then you're
I
in
go to
front.
Vegas.
That's
I'm
what
not
my
gonna
friend
lie.
said. My friend said, imagine being high looking at that, just standing there watching it.
I'm a little bummed that Olympia is in Florida, not Vegas, to be honest, because I
It's
would
coming
make
back
it.
next year.
What?
It's coming back next year.
Okay, good. Then I'll go to that because I want to make a little vacation out of it and go
No,
to
but
Vegas. and do
you
a
still
little
have to
thing.
go. You have to go to Olympia. You said before you're not going. You're deeply into this industry. You gotta shut up. Come on.
But Milos, you know why? I arrived from Hawaii on Wednesday, the week of Olympia, and I'd be like getting on an airplane, leaving again. That's the problem.
Oh, Hawaii.
Yeah, trust me, I really wanted to go.
I was watching the video again the other day of you, me, and Jose on that silly thing where we're all drunk and we've been smoking under marijuana. Should have seen us, Milos, all night on the Vegas Strip, drinking cocktails and puffing on this marijuana pen. Let's just say by the end of the night, I don't think we knew where we were.
Oh, and I walked back all the way to my hotel. I didn't even take a cab. I'm like, you know what?
But the
I
funny
think it's
thing
some
was, though, we get there where they make the big margaritas, and Chris goes, "No, I'm not drinking." And he's like, "Okay, give me one." A couple of hours later, Chris is, "Oh." I end up getting a tattoo, and fucking, I got a tattoo of Fit Club on my arm because I was drunk and had Fit Club tattoo.
Hey, did you ever finish the sentence when you're high on marijuana? Like finish from beginning to the end what you actually were planning to say it? Because I know every time I did it, I would start with Serbia and then go to the aliens and then to the bodybuilding and then to the cooking, and it's just like nothing makes sense. But I'm talking.
Yeah.
The worst thing was when I made some cake at home once, and my friend gave me an ounce of it. So I ground it all up and I put it in this brownie about this big, and I had a piece. Way too much. I'm watching TV. I'm like, oh, the TV's become 3D. I can't feel my feet. I'm like, oh, it's like the weirdest feeling ever. Then I'm like, oh, my breathing's going. I'm like, I can't even breathe. Fuck, I've taken too much. I'm too relaxed. My heart's going to stop. Now I'm getting anxiety. It's like almost like that movie Wolf of Wall Street where they took too many Quaaludes and they kicked in. It's like, oh.
That's not a good feeling. Hey
No.
guys, I gotta roll
We
out
have a
of here.
business meeting. Yeah, go.
We gotta roll this meeting.
We're ready
Lee,
for it.
Lee, we gotta do this again, man. When you get back from
We will.
the U.S. I hope
Yeah.
you have fun.
I'll have some stories to tell about Guy when I get back.
Oh,
I'm
you
sure you
gotta
do.
mess with Guy. You gotta. All right, guys. I'll talk to you.
I'll talk to you later.
Hey, thanks for watching and supporting the channel. If you want us to continue to make great content, please hit the like button below and also subscribe. And did you also know we have an official website, IFBBAMA.org, where you can check out a lot of all these episodes with deleted scenes, especially ones we cannot show on YouTube or any other platform. Comment below if you have any questions or suggestions on how to make this show better. Please, we would love to hear your feedback. Thanks again for watching IFBBAMA Podcast. We will see you guys next time.